So the scene is going to open up on you guys now that you have traveled by map, which I was really thrilled to do. I gotta let you guys know that. Um, Plane will start to shudder a little bit just as they do when you begin descending. Below you, you will see expanses of gold as the sand of the Egypt desert kind of comes into view. The landing gear on the plane, like the wheels, will kind of flip a thing around that looks like skis. Um, and the pilot will tell you guys to buckle up. It's going to be a questionable, not a questionable landing, an
Rough
uncomfortable landing. And then as you get closer, you will see that there is a single pickup truck that is kind of like you fly over it from a couple hundred feet up, turn around, and come back down lower to begin to land. It is not a pleasant landing. You are landing on stuff that is not exactly solid, and it takes a while for you to slow down and kind of taxi. As you guys get real low, you'll see a guy get into the pickup truck and drive after you. A couple of moments later, you will have come to a stop in the airplane, and around you is basically nothing except for sand. And then out of a little bit, not quite out of the distance, but out of like the cloud of your landing will come this pickup truck, kind of just rattling around. What do you guys want to do?
Let's have a word with the driver.
First, put a little bit of sunscreen, and then go out of the plane, and go to the pickup truck.
Sure. It's probably later at night because this is an illegal flight.
Oh, okay.
A minor detail, I guess.
No need for sunscreen.
You're also still really quiet.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah, no sunscreen then.
No sunscreen yet. Trust me.
I'm still covering up.
Yeah. The pilot, who hasn't been super talkative unless you guys have been trying to get to him, will get out and help you guys out and unloading your gear as the pickup truck comes to a stop. The door, pops open. You hear a loud creaking sound as it does so. And a loud, excitable voice will be, "My friends!" And he'll say it in German. He'll
Okay.
kind of arms up, like wander over to you. He's wearing very light clothing, and big brown beard and bushy eyebrows.
Hey, Bamce, you said the information that I got from Niue would be her
yes.
awakenness?
Yes, Niue will get back to you and tell you that she was in the magical development kind of thing. Like she was apparently a kind of a big magical deal that was working on some environment stuff. I don't really know. I didn't pay that much attention to it. But
So she is magic. Okay.
Yeah. We all kind of joked about her name sounds like a stripper.
I will pass that information on. I will pass that information on to the group, so she is more than likely magical in nature.
Yeah. She will also say that it was like, "Oh, Dr. Misty Day," So there was actually like some college education in there.
So she's intelligent too.
Yeah.
Just heads up, guys. No, she doesn't have to be.
Well, no, that's not just the problem. If she's magically active and if she's a magical big deal, means that she has probably some counter spelling, which means that I'm gonna be less useful against her.
Like I said, letting you guys know.
Yep.
It's good. We'll just walk in there, and we'll just talk to her.
But I guess we're still dealing with the dude that just called us friends.
Yeah, we literally just
I'll
got
look
here.
at
This was information I was just literally passing on.
Yeah.
It was information that I had forgot to give you before you took your plane ride.
Yeah.
One question: do we see any weapons on this person that just called us friends?
He will have an AK across his back.
Okay.
But he's gonna come right over to where your gear is. Is like, welcome, welcome. I hope you had a pleasant flight, and just start like trying to pick stuff up and like, oh, that's heavy. Kind of, and he'll grab a bag and start dragging it across the sand.
Yeah, I'm carrying my own stuff.
Oh, I didn't carry my stuff.
I don't trust him.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I want to call out Mr. Who did you say you are?
I am your friend, but those who are not friends call me. Hold on, as I come over to the terrible name.
Okay, so it is him. So it is Wazir.
To others, I am Wazar Rafik Bishara, but to you, I am friends.
All right, friend.
Delt's gonna help him move everything. He's gonna be super friendly. He's gonna take off his pith helmet and put it on the guy. He's really into this English explorer thing that he's doing. Because he's actually English.
Is he trying to fake an English accent? Because that would sell it for me.
He doesn't have to. He's actually English. My character is not from Germany.
Oh.
Snap.
I remember he's running to Germany looking for his woman that stole his money.
Yeah. I remember that. I just don't remember where he came from. Believe it or not,
actually, I think technically it's Scottish.
There's a lot of different countries in Europe, believe it or not. All right.
There's like 3. Come on.
There's only 2 that matter.
So he's gonna do it like big British explorer thing.
Hey, don't go getting all sensitive. I didn't name the 2 or 3.
There you go.
So,
so you need help.
You are visitor. I will be a good host. I will take care of your things.
No. That's the thing my family always does. So I assume it's the thing that English people do when they're outside. No, I will help.
Well, I appreciate your help. I will also help you with my things.
Sure.
I don't want you to carry everything.
So, you guys... Go ahead.
Please carry mine.
Yeah, he will be happy to carry yours. He's a joyous individual.
Yeah, and also is upholding the hospitality of the Muslim people. So, it's kind of important to him, I guess.
No, Katie doesn't trust people.
Nah, just show up places an hour and a half early.
Yeah.
That's normal.
First thing I'll do is check for weapons. I'm telling you, man, she's got issues.
So the pilot will come over to you guys as you're kind of loading up. He will slip a cred stick to Wazir and turn to you guys as like, all right, here's my comm number. When you are preparing to make your move, let me know, because it takes me a while to get places in this thing.
Okay.
How much time in advance should we let you know?
That is up to you. I will be nearby, but not terribly nearby. It'll take me a couple of hours to get here. However...
Hours, okay.
Yes, hours.
A couple hours.
The earlier you let me know with confidence that I need to be here, the better chance of me being here. This is not the only thing I have going on. I have some more minor deals, but this is a priority that I will drop other deals for.
So it's the most paying.
Definitely.
Yeah. We'll just slide a cred stick with like 200 yen into his breast pocket and be like, "Thank you for a wonderful flight." In the most convincing tone he can muster.
Out of curiosity, are you trying to just like? Because honestly,
just buttering him up.
That's not going to cover the cost of the fuel. So it's not like you're actually like.
He's not getting. I mean, we're not paying him to fly. That's just like a tip.
Spending money.
Okay.
That's spending money. That's
saying that you're like. It's like when you go out to a place, spend like $200 on a steak, and you give the waiter like $2.
Like, thanks for your service, good man.
No. See, this is where you're wrong. It's like when Jurgen goes out to a place and gives the waiter $2 for a steak that he did not pay for. That's good money. That's good money for Jurgen. Jurgen doesn't have a house.
That's true. Those are true things.
Oh, and of course, I think we should also take a few minutes to soak it in because, guys, we're in the desert. at night, it's magnificent.
It is.
Especially for people who lived in Berlin, which is like a huge megaplex that is quite dirty and packed full of people. Silence, stars, sand.
The
That's
only sounds you really hear are that of the engines on the plane. Your friend Wazir kind of grunting and struggling a little bit and smacking some of your bags, kind of like pushing it in there. And he's cheerful about it. And then up above you, it's not completely clear because the sixth world has gotten worse than like our current atmospheric situation, but it is most definitely the clearest sky that you have ever seen.
Yeah, no light pollution.
Yeah. So
I'm going to chirp the guy on the comm link so he has my number as well.
sure, he'll be happy to give whoever wants, exchange numbers. Like, all right.
Chirp, chirp.
Everybody, I would assume.
Yeah, everybody kind of.
He will give you guys a salute and head into the plane, start cranking the engines up, and fly off.
And now no more noise.
Just Wazir, and he's
Is he
mostly
still
done.
talking?
If nobody
If he
is
talks-
talking to him, he would just be kind of humming some tuneless tune.
Ding,
Oh no,
ding,
Tilt's
ding,
gonna
ding,
talk to him.
ding, ding, ding.
Uh,
I figured Tilt had something to say.
Oh, Tilt's just gonna like talk shit with
Is there anything
Vizier.
you want to get out of him? Like, do you want to ask him about information, or you just want to?
I want to make a friend.
Oh, he is very friendly.
Yeah, I want us to be long lasting. I'm just
Friends forever.
I
Just
can't
change
really think of
emails
an
and
actual
everything.
gameplay requiring question at the moment.
Sure.
So we're just gonna go with we're making friends.
Sure. He is asking you all kinds of questions about where you came from, like what's it like, how are the girls, just all that stuff.
Oh, I might probe him to see what languages he knows.
He will rapid fire through a couple of different things, like I speak X and Y, but he will say it in their languages. So, just off the top of my head, he speaks whatever the local language is, because
Egyptian.
Arabic.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Arabic.
he'll speak like two more of the Africanized languages. He speaks English, German,
Yes.
Spanish,
Yes.
and Japanese.
Just yeah.
Nice. I speak Japanese.
I speak 4 of those.
It's
Well, and-
almost as if he does this kind of thing frequently.
Yeah,
Almost.
me and him are gonna get on really well. I can feel.
Probably speaks French too. Then he speaks one of the most spoken languages in Africa.
Sure, let's throw it on the
That
list.
actually is. So
So, come friends, I am sure you are tired from your long trip. Let us get you back to the hotel for a good night's rest.
Can we just stay a few more minutes in this desert? I kind of like what I'm seeing here.
It is beautiful, is it not? The sky, you can see the stars.
Yeah. Can I just also enjoy a little bit of silence?
Of course, my friend. I will endeavor.
I don't
to be
have
as-
enough tape to keep Tilt's mouth shut. No.
No. And what I'm trying to do, I'm
is
trying
shoo
to
him away.
To feel if there is also a magical background here.
Sure. Do you want to go ahead and roll into sensing?
I don't have any essencing. I'm a mystic adept.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. You should have bought that astral perception. PowerPoint.
Yeah. Well, I will buy some PowerPoints at some point. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna buy it. Sure. Obviously.
Go ahead and roll your intuition -1. Let's just see if you get a feel for it.
Okay.
Somebody's also got a lot of wind going on.
Yeah, I don't know.
feel nothing.
I know nothing.
Do you have like a magical? You can roll your magical threats. Let's see what that comes up with.
Okay. much do I have in that? 5 dice. Nope.
Wow.
All right, moving along.
It's just nice. Let's go.
So, you guys are good to go now. Nobody else wants to talk to Wazir.
Not yet.
Sure.
General small talk. What's in the area? What do we really need to keep an eye out for? Where can I get some really good food?
And what about the dangers of the desert?
Oh,
there.
the desert is not as dangerous. You just have to watch out for the coyote. Do they have coyotes or they just have like jackals?
They have jackals. They don't have coyotes.
Well, there's the jackals, the snakes, the scorpions. If you come by some water, they may be crocodile.
Camel spider.
And paracritters around, maybe?
There's a bunch of snakes.
There may be some awakened critters in with the other ones, but it's kind of hard to tell because you just stay away. Just stay away and you're fine. Not a big deal. Perfectly safe.
Easy answer, yeah.
Oh, and be very careful with gangs, and he'll kind of like grab the barrel of his gun to kind of just shake it on his back so that you can see it. It's like, they do not always play nice. It's good to be. And he looks around at you guys who are very obviously capable. At the very least, you brought a troll. And he'll kind of point your eyes like, this one will help. He very intimidating, and he kind of like tilts away, like not tilts away, but like shies away from you. Does that like
Are there? I want to ask him. Are there a lot of trolls in Egypt?
No. Less
So Grog,
cultured
you're
parts.
gonna stick out like a sore thumb.
Well, it's a Muslim country.
Most
It's a Muslim-
parts think you're horrible monsters. I think you're a nice guy though. You seem nice.
Oh, great.
Oh, and are there around, I don't know, like known mages, like Sufi mages or people like that?
He makes some kind of warding against evil sign at you.
Yeah.
It's like, no, none that I know. It's bad news. He does the sign again.
I was talking about a Sufi. The Sufi are the Muslim mages. So
He is unaware of any that are around where you guys are at.
Don't like magic. Apparently.
Are we ready to go, friends, or would you like to enjoy the scenery as he kind of motions at the sky because there's nothing else
I'm
to
good.
motion around? Because you
can go.
What
Yeah,
what
let's-
am I supposed to be climbing into?
You're gonna end up riding in the back of this pickup truck.
Yeah,
It's
all
gonna
right.
it's gonna creak a bit under your weight because
Yeah.
Do we all fit inside?
one other of you is probably gonna have to sit in the back with Grog, and it'll be a very tight, uncomfortable drive.
Since I'm the smallest one, I'll sit in the back with Grog.
Yes.
Sure. That just makes it slightly more uncomfortable for the guys up front, more comfortable for the guys in the back.
All day.
I'm oddly okay with that.
Right?
Grog's like, this isn't how I expected this to work out.
Got
you probably
Grog.
fit in the backpack of the troll anyway.
Probably. So
I mean,
Keep picturing Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. I'm gonna find a child's harness.
when you
oh
say
my
child harness,
god.
I imagine the ones they put kids in with the leashes on them.
Yeah, the ones you tie to your back, and the kids are in the back, and they're
Yeah.
It's like a papoose or
Swinging
something, isn't
around.
it?
We
So I'm
actually had
gonna
that in
ride
one
you.
of our
I'm gonna
groups.
ride on your back like Yoda.
Yep.
Yeah, we had that in one of the groups. The troll was carrying the hacker in his back.
I am also oddly okay with that.
I have no problem with this. And then when stuff starts to get real, I'll just brace and let you jump out at somebody, and you won't be a
And claw
drop
their
bear. You'll be a
faces.
Jack-in-the-Box bear.
There you go.
So, it's gonna take you guys like 2 hours driving in this cramped pickup truck. to get back to air
Um,
quotes civilization.
I have to
I'm
pee.
gonna break out a cigar. I'm gonna break out some of the alcohol I brought,
Does
and
Wazir
I'm gonna enjoy the time.
does Wazir like Gilbert and Sullivan?
Um, I am unsure if he has ever heard that stuff because that is extra old by the Sixth World timeline. Do you wish to break
Damn
into
you.
song?
I do wish to break into song.
I am now extremely glad I'm sitting in the back.
And it's just gonna be up there in the front. I am the very model of a modern major general.
What song are we talking about?
The modern major general song.
Sorry, I don't know that.
I have a feeling you're about to get a
Liam
YouTube
does.
link.
I am the very model of a modern major general. I know vegetable
I
animal.
only get 7 seconds before contact ID.
It's okay. I'm pretty sure it's in the public domain because it's from an opera from the 1890s or 1880s.
Oof. So, as you try
If I
singing,
s-
Wazir will kind of like nod his head, and then he will sing very poorly alongside you.
Yes.
I am. If I can hear this and I can reach my hand into the window, it's going to be clamping over one of their mouths.
Um,
Probably Liam's.
about a half hour
Oh.
into the ride, um, Wazir will kind of like do that thing where he drives with his leg as he awkwardly leans across you guys in the front to get into his glove compartment. The car will swerve a little bit. He'll grab a bottle of some kind of brown liquid out, shut it, be like, oh, and get the car back going and begin to drink from it and offering it to you guys. And then, you can drink or not, but he's going to continue to drink as he drives towards town.
Oh, what's he
Huh?
drinking?
I mean, would you like some?
I'm going to ask him what it is.
He's
I'm
like,
just gonna grab the bottle and have some.
He will turn around and kind of like, it is a local special. It's not very good, and he'll give you the bottle.
I'll try it.
Have you ever, you know how they say it's good for degreasing engines?
Yeah, I know that drink.
Yeah,
What about troll stomachs?
right. So
Great.
it
I just
tastes
drank
like
a
that.
laxative.
It's acquired taste. It'll be fine. It's bad.
I don't see a problem with it, and I'm just going to tell him that.
He giant smiles like, I can bring you to a place. Might not think of you as giant monster.
I am oddly okay with that.
All right, and then let's reveal the place where you guys kind of end up.
Oh god. Yes.
As the
Yep.
sun begins to kind of come up, because you guys are driving for like 2 hours or so, singing poorly. The little town of stone huts and such are going to slowly come into view and get closer. And
Don't mind me as I don't look at the photo.
Tilt, have you continued to sing the entire time?
No, because he
I
has my
imagine-
hand clamped over his
I
mouth.
imagine I stop after he tries to decapitate me.
So he'll just talk nonsense about how, and we'll just kind of use this as like a flashback later on if you want to know anything about the local area. Basically, the whole time, you guys will arrive, and he will drive very slowly through town as people are beginning to come out of their little stone houses and walk around the place, until you get to like, air quotes, a back corner, where there is like a 3-story building, and that's where he pulls up in front of, and he's like, come, you can stay at my place and rest after your long journeys. I will make a quick breakfast and leave you to your work.
When we get out, I want to check to see my surroundings to see if there's anything worth noting.
What kind of things would you like to note in this situation?
If there are like any markings for gangs specifically if there's any type of surveillance going around.
Sure. You want to go ahead and roll me that perception test?
Yep. If I have 3 perception, that means I roll 3 die.
3 dice plus. I'm sorry. Plus your intuition. It's your perception skill plus your intuition.
I'm guessing my intuition is the eye on
Yes,
the
it
top
is
of my
5.
thing. So 5 and 3, 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Oops.
Almost.
Get rid of that. There you go.
There you go. So with 2 successes, you're going to look around a little bit, and you're going to notice a couple of things. For one, almost everybody here seems armed in some fashion. Some people are pistol and knife. Some people are giant scimitar.
So not very different from Germany.
Yes, because
Different
they're
fact
going
that they
to
have
openly
that
carry giant fuck-off swords and assault rifles.
Okay.
As far as gang symbols, it's kind of hard for you to make out because almost everything that is sprayed all over the walls, as far as like graffiti, is in a different language. So it's
Are there
kinda-
like specific images? Like, if I could just point to our tour guide to Wazir, be like, what does that mean? Is there anything that specific?
if you wanted to ask Wazir about it, he would be happy to inform you of like gang activity. So we'll get to that in a second. You will notice as you are looking around, you don't really see streetlights, cameras, a lot of technology. As you pull out your phone, you've got like what? Does it say what device rating your phone is? Your comlink. It's like an Erica Elite, I think.
Yeah, Erica Elite Comlink. Device rating 4.
Okay. You've got no bars.
Okay, great.
I'm gonna roll as well.
Sure.
And fuck me.
I mean, I'd rather not. You're not really my type.
Same here.
I'm done. I'm out, boys. It's the end of my run. It only gets better from here, I suppose.
And there's nowhere to go but up.
Jesus, that roll was horrible.
You should have seen our last run.
Wow. So
As,
okay, so open carry, no technology whatsoever. You said no street lights, which means it gets pretty dark at night, right?
Yeah, you will see a couple of like torches, basically.
Okay.
Um,
Like fire torches?
yeah.
Jesus.
You will see a couple of the more militant-looking people because you're in the back. It's easy for you to see as you drive around. That have like the Grog. What are those things? The flashlights called that have the bend at the top of them, so you can kind of just clip it on the front of your shirt.
Tack light.
There you go. Those like military-style flashlights. And there are a decent amount of vehicles that all look beat up, repaired, beat up, repaired. So like headlights and maybe a generator or two could get something going if they needed to in like an emergency. But not too much in the general technological capabilities.
All right.
It's basically a little better than line of sight for you to like if you were standing at the end of a street and you were trying to text message your one of your teammates, you could get that through, and the stuff immediately on you will get some of its wireless bonuses. But for the most part, not a whole lot.
Okay. So I'm guessing we arrived at the house.
Yep, you are at a house. Wazir will, excuse me one moment, friends, and he will yell out something in Arabic, and a like 10-year-old boy and like a 12-year-old girl come out and begin speaking rapid fire Arabic back and forth with him, and he'll look like vivid hand gestures, motioning to the bags, and they look up at Grog and are like, ah, and he's like, no, 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 no. And he says in German, he's like, friends, and he points up at Grog and he points down at them to like, right, right, these are my children. Tell them you're not going to eat them.
I'll smile. Not raw, at least.
A big toothy smile.
Don't smile, you're gonna scare them.
For like the first time in the 3 hours that you've known him, after you say not raw, you'll see his smile just go, and then come back. You joke, you funny man. And he kind of pats you on like the elbow because that's about all he can reach on your giant body. And then he'll speak back in
I'll
Arabic.
smile. Yes, I kid. I kid. I don't eat kids.
And he will go back to the rapid fire Arabic with the children, and they will come over and start grabbing, or more appropriately, being handed some of your bags and dragging them into the domicile. And you guys are left alone for a moment as Vizier and his apparent children start unloading some of your stuff.
All right. So, what about the plan?
I was thinking of something. So, we have reservations to beat inside the hotel. However, Grog, no offense, but probably going to stand out, and I don't think we want to stand out just yet.
Well,
I'm thinking maybe Tilt and Val can get inside like regular guests and see if they can like get a meeting or see if they can get to know.
If we have reservations there for this, then I should be expected.
I
They
will
should
point out
understand or know that I'm a troll.
the location itself is cultured.
Okay.
So it's more than what we are dealing with in the outback here.
Yeah, like this is some shitty town with a man of questionable honor who people illegally flew you into to hold up for a couple of days before getting you in to do something else incredibly illegal. So, like, this is...
That changes everything.
Yeah. Sure, around here, Grog's probably going to cause a bit of a stir.
And there, not so much.
And there, probably not so much.
I guess we should get in there and just get to know the place before we try to do anything.
Hey, Azir, what do you know of what do you know about the place that we're going to?
It is for one, it's just like the oasis with giant floaty flowery letters and like extra swooshes on the S, and like just makes you want to throw up in your mouth a little bit.
Yes.
All right. Do you know, I'm thinking more along the lines of, do they have regular cell service?
It's like, so I know the
or
place.
should I look at getting a phone from you for that we can use locally?
I could maybe get you a phone. I will.
Or comlink.
Wazir will do you things. Unless I am randomly muted, and you guys never.
No, I heard you.
Right, you're good.
Good. I try not to pace in front of the girlfriend because it pisses her off. So I go into the bedroom and I pace in there, and sometimes I don't know.
Sometimes your phone randomly turns off on you.
So Wazir will kind of break it down for you a little bit. I have never been to the Oasis, but they say it is a magical place, full of lush, beautiful, and he's making voluptuous woman shape with his hands.
Yes.
Plants. That's the word. Sometimes the languages, they run together in the head, and he kind of taps the side of his head. The locals, they like to keep out. Pretty high security, about 6 hours from here. Is why you are here. It's why you are brought to Wazir, because I can get you close without them seeing your great plane flying in to bring you to snatch someone away in the middle of the night or the day, however you want to do it.
Okay.
Come, it is time for breakfast, though.
Okay.
Go enjoy breakfast.
All right. So this place is functional, is about the best way to put it. You will notice on the first floor there's a good 3 feet of place where sand has been tracked in and out because it's the front door. Over on the one side there are a couple of sleeping bags set up, and then he will lead you guys upstairs on the second floor, and it's just kind of like a fairly large communal area, and then a door, and then into another. Like if 2/3 is the one area, the other area is only like a third that has a another sleeping area. There is some minor furniture in here. Obviously not a bed for Grog because he's a horrible monster. But there
I'll be
are
fine on the
some.
floor. As long as the floor is stable, I'll be fine on the floor.
The floor is stable. So not so much beds, but like large piles of straw and skins, so that it's not sleeping
Yeah.
on the floor. Probably actually more comfortable than the sleeping bags downstairs because they are thicker. It was just like, welcome to my home. We have moved the family downstairs so that they will be out of your way. You may have the beds or my personal bed in the other room.
I will nod to Wazir. Thank you for your hospitality. It is appreciated.
Your business is also very, very appreciated. It helps to make many things better for me and mine. Don't if you go upstairs, be warned it is an open air venue.
Open air venue.
Yeah, he looks at you for that recognition, and then when you ask him, he's like, the roof is mostly broken.
Not so much worried about that. Got it.
So, if you'll excuse me, friends, I will go and I will prepare some breakfast, and the children will finish bringing the things in. And at that point, you hear a loud ka-thunk as something hits the ground outside. It's fine. It's fine. They pack them very tightly.
So, today is Thursday, right?
Wednesday? Yeah, Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because 36 hours. We started on Tuesday night.
About 4 o'clock. So that
When
would be 4 a.m., 4 p.m., 4 a.m. You're probably like midday. Not like midday, but
like
Early
around 1
morning.
p.m. Thursday.
something like that. So I guess it's not breakfast time. I guess it's more dinner time.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
they can still
when
say
do our
breakfast.
reservations start? Like, when are we supposed to get to the hotel?
Saturday. So you have about a day and a half here to gather information, to try and purchase other things, to enjoy the local color.
Okay.
When you guys are eventually served dinner, he does a small prayer in Arabic. As you eat it, every once in a while you will get grains of sand because it's just omnipresent. For those of you who might have creature of comfort, this is a shithole. Like,
Val has creature of comfort.
yeah. So, enjoy that for the next couple of days. I will also point out that your flight wasn't exactly wonderful, and neither was the 2-hour drive from where you landed to here.
So Val's having a shit show.
Yeah.
So dope.
Does Val and Tilt want to roll me edge real quick? I wanna see something.
Don't go falling apart on us, Val.
Nope.
Thank you, Tilt, for helping. Val, do you just want to roll your edge attribute real quick?
I think Val might be gone.
Is he in as a Skype call?
I don't know.
Oh, he's there.
How late is it for him?
I don't know. But he works.
Is he muted?
Who?
Val,
Was
can
that
you,
You, Val.
Oh, sorry. I didn't. I'm not used to being called Val. Okay,
So-
now I'm here.
sure. Can you roll me your edge attribute real quick?
Oh, sure. Don't have much.
Yeah. But you're
For human, I mean, I don't have much.
so with
Oh.
2 successes. I have good news and bad news. The bad news is they don't have running water, but the well is nearby, and the kids are more than willing to go and get you some.
Is there a nice hotel around?
Do you ask Wazir that?
Yeah.
I give you my home, and that is not enough. Like he
He's
is looking
offended.
hurt.
Yeah, you dick.
Let me roll some good old fashioned etiquette here to see if I can defuse this situation.
Sure. You want to go ahead and remember to take your creature of comfort penalties?
Yeah. Which I forget what those are. But I think they're 2 dice.
It's probably like 2 dice.
It's always 2 dice.
After a day or so, it might go up to 4 dice just because of how like
It's
terrible
It's
this
actually it's the creature comfort. It's the difference between the lifestyle you picked as a creature comfort is like if there are 2 degrees of difference, it's -2 per day.
excellent.
Wonderful.
So if I have etiquette 3, can I help with that roll? Because I don't want this to go shit.
Sure.
To
You-
go to the shitter.
It would be
I actually
your
have my own etiquette. I can roll it myself. You know, I can defend myself.
it would be charisma plus your etiquette skill, and I can go to
7.
whoever wants to.
I mean, I can just support. Yeah. When we say shithole, we going squatter levels of shithole?
Do you remember that time that I said it doesn't have running water?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the real question. Okay. And now you got to brace yourself. Would Jurgen consider this a shithole?
No.
Okay, so then it's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, it's totally.
Jurgen's
Still doesn't
like
hate himself.
Jurgen's like 4 walls, a roof, even if the roof doesn't fully exist, and they're making me food. This is great.
Huh.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no running water. Oh, I guess that answers. So I guess there's a latrine outside the house or something.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh.
Depends. Do you really want to go authentic with this?
I don't know.
Because we have 60 years of advancement from where we currently are.
Is Val defending Val's self, or
You a shovel?
how are we doing that one?
Uh,
Am I still rolling?
If you want to, seeing the situation go down, start to try and diffuse it, like to throw assist dice, at least like pipe up with something rather than just like static.
Okay, because I noticed Val already went, so I was like, I feel like my assist would be a little late, but it's okay because it's not a
Oh.
lot of. It's not
Sure.
a lot.
Val, you can go ahead and
I
roll
don't
2
know
more
what it
dice.
is.
In the meantime,
Yeah.
since they're in there socializing and doing this thing, and I kind of have a history with kids being from that orphanage, I'm gonna go mess around with the kids.
So they are struggling with what is probably your bag, because I imagine your bag is the heaviest.
Oh, I would have carried my bag in.
Okay,
I already said my bag is staying specifically with me.
sure. They are
I'll help them with everything else.
Just call it Tilt's bag.
sure.
He probably has a large bag.
They are. I mean, Tilt's got to bring his industrial hair dryer and all of that other good stuff,
God, what a Barbie doll.
right? So they are with whatever bag is there. It is the heaviest, and they are currently dragging it.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick it up, and then how many kids are there?
There are 2.
I'll put one on each shoulder while I'm carrying it in the house.
Alright.
Just messing around with the kids
Sure.
while they do their
Yeah,
thing.
move the ceilings though.
Yeah, I will.
So the first one is going to start to freak out as you pick him up because, oh god, he's going to eat me. And then you just kind of like put him on the shoulder, and then the other one like runs away from you. because oh god, he's gonna eat my
My brother.
sibling. Sure. Um, do you chase in a playful manner or?
Oh yeah, in a completely over exaggerated, playful, typical monsters versus or cops versus bad
You're
guys.
being
Yeah,
silly.
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Sure.
It's
All right. So you guys will outside hear "Arr!" from Grog as they're screaming in Arabic that after a couple of minutes will turn to a bit of giggling. Um, so Liam, or no, I'm sorry, not Liam. Tilt, how would you like to try and help
self and
the
bow.
the grievous insult that your compatriot is about to in the process of laying upon this poor man?
No, I mean, I'm not going to crush him with harsh words about his home. I'm just saying that we might need another place first because, well, we are used to other kind of amenities, and also because we don't want to jeopardize his security and the security of his children. We still are criminals.
So he's gonna start off being super hurt by it, but then as you kind of wrap up, he's gonna be like, still hand over the heart. You are a true friend to not want to jeopardize my family, but every day we are jeopardized. You kind of motioned outside. You see the town,
Yeah,
but that
but
is fine.
we don't want you flagged as somebody harboring meta-humans, like our big friend there, or we don't want you to have any problem with gangs or with the authorities or the religious authorities. Even though I think in this place they might not be that much.
The,
Um,
he's gonna kind of lean back and forth. He's like the struggling for words a little bit. The gangs here, I pay them the tribute they are owed to allow me to operate my things.
yeah. Anyway, we really don't want to impose. I mean, as guests, as honored guests of your
Very
of
honored guests, the most important guests.
yeah, as honored guests, we are very touched by your what's the word in English? By your hospitality, and we don't want to repay that by bringing you problems. We are criminals. We have guns. We are dangerous. We don't want you don't want us around your kids. Even though the big guy right there is
As you say
quite
that,
friendly with
Grog
them.
is like "Arr!" past the window, which I'm sure like it's one of those TV scenes where where Wazir is facing you, you're talking to him, and as like you look past him, you just see like Sully from Monsters Inc. arms in the air, just
Oh yeah, completely hamming it up.
um. So he will. Sadly, there is not great accommodations outside of my lovely home. I can ask if you would like to stay somewhere else, but it will take a little bit of time.
All right. Well,
Until then, you're stuck
let's
in the
just
shithole, sir.
well. Anyway, we're gonna probably devise a plan very soon and go on with moving to the spa resort. So that won't be for very long anyway. I hope.
Still here for 3 days, so brace yourself.
Well, so it's one of those things like you don't have a free pass into the place for another day and a half or whatever it is. That doesn't mean that you can't attempt to go in other ways.
Oh no, that's for sure.
So, it's just kind of clarifying.
Tote would like to talk to Wazir about the place and his favorite profession for sneaking into places, the garbage men. What garbage services do they use?
So, in a small dinner conversation, you start talking about that kind of stuff. Um, so
So yeah, I was. Oh, sorry. Go.
they, I never see shipments go in and out except for ones that have people. And it is very odd to me because they buy no guns from us. They buy no supplies
But they
from
do
us.
have guns.
I do not know. He kind of chuckles a bit and motions to the um, area around him, to the people that live here. Is like, we do not have the kind of money to get inside, and they are not keen to allow us to just enter.
This is super weird.
They have a small building with a carriage that is driven, or not driven, I'm sorry, pulled by camels. Then there is a forest. Would he actually know the forest? I guess he would know the forest because he knows a million languages, so he's got to know what a fucking forest is. Then there's a forest, and by the building, they put you on the camel carriage, and it takes you down the path, and then you are gone for some time until you wish to leave. Very fancy, pale people don't look like they've worked a day in their lives.
Do they look different when they come in as when they come out?
Maybe they've gotten some sun, adapted to the local a little bit, and he'll kind of like motion, like rub down his skin a little bit as though they had gotten a tan.
Okay, so nothing like. Do they act weird or do they act the same?
They seem very relaxed.
Okay.
If you wish, I can ask for some more questions, or maybe find some locals to go. But they know when I ask these kinds of favors that the money is around. You know.
Well, the thing is, we know for sure that there is magic going on there because it's kind of in the pamphlet.
He
But
does
then it's supplied.
he does the warding evil sign, and then the kids do it.
But I mean, it takes magical supplies at some point, especially if they're dealing with like treatment and relaxation and other kind of new age hippie shit. I mean, they're probably bringing in some, I don't know, flower essence, awakened flower essence or stuff like that. I mean, that has to leave a trail somewhere. They are getting this stuff in, so it's coming probably from this city if it's the closest to the resort. So there must be somewhere around the city a warehouse with what they get.
He's gonna look a little like kind of lost. It's like there is not much else around here, my friend. There is our lovely little town. There's a
There is
larger
no
town,
longer in your little town.
and he's gonna I'm sorry, a what?
A talismonger, or well, I know that Islamic countries are not very good with the idea of magic, but I mean there must be. Magic is everywhere, especially here in Egypt. I know that the Egyptian tradition has been through very harsh times, but they are here. There must be. I mean, in the underground, you've never heard of any kind of mage around or people who sell magical supplies or anything?
I do not know of any cursed as such here.
I think what my friend is trying to ask is, do you have somebody who sells maybe protection items against magic?
Like a priest?
Wards, a priest.
Yes,
Maybe.
yes.
Or how are these guys getting the supplies that they are getting,
Reagents.
regardless of its nature?
They must have
Somebody
reagents.
else that he can talk to about this thing. And your priest seems to be the one that might be of best use.
So he was like, I can set up a meeting in the morning. They're usually very busy. They don't really like me all that much. Is he kind of like, yeah. It's like, you know, who could not like Wazir? Wazir is a friendly man. It's like I will go after you rest after dinner. I will go set up meeting for tomorrow.
Well, I just want to make sure you're saying a priest.
Yes.
Of what religion?
So this is at which point Rob doesn't really know how to explain, like medicine man type situation in a crappy town. But that is,
it's a juju person.
yeah. So like
Okay.
that guy in the movies who talks a lot of bullshit, and it's like eat 3 of these worms a day and smell this flower and you'll be fine.
It's just a juju.
Yeah.
Okay.
He sells, placebos and does midwife things and
Yeah, well, yeah, that's not the kind of person I'm looking for. I'm looking for real magic shit. People who sell reagents and stuff.
yeah, well, he's going to take you to the priest and we'll find out how that goes probably next week.
Okay.
Because he doesn't know anything about magic. He thinks it's evil. You might
Yeah.
almost say he's like a if not outspoken, like a radical, awakened, prejudice type person.
Well, it's pretty common in Islamic countries.
Yeah. So.
Even though I thought that ever since the big dragon in Tehran like crushed the city, it's now a little less.
So I'm terrible with the lore, so I don't really know.
Oh well, in the lore, the Islamic countries were totally against meta humanity and mages and stuff, and well, they went through to the Euro Wars and so on, and then there's a big dragon that woke up in the Sinai, in Mount Sinai, and just crushed Tehran. Like he left a big hole there and said, "Okay, are you still against everything that's awakened?" And then the Muslims went, "No, okay, we're good."
We'd rather not be crushed again.
Yeah.
So, he will go to try and set you up with their priest, who may turn out to actually be like a magician who's hiding. Like, no, I don't know magic. This is passed down for generations.
Okay.
But dinner will progress with the exception of, I'm sure, Tilt and Val getting upset about little bits of sand in their food every once in a while.
Totally.
It's
Rob.
unlivable.
I like the tone you use. Like, it's the worst thing ever.
Yep.
It's added texture. Get over it.
Yeah, it's fine. Shut up.
A little bit of iron does your body good.
It turns your teeth red.
Yep, sure does.
Big red tusks for you.
So the night will continue. You guys will be. Wazir will kind of like push for you guys to go rest. Like, you had a long day. Wazir, take care of everything. Do you guys want to do anything? He's gonna go set you up an appointment with the priest. Do you want to task him to do anything else, or
Those burner phones, burner comlinks.
Well, I brought
So-
mine. I have a
are
metal
you
link for that.
are you looking for open matrix access, or are you just looking to be able to make a call to your teammates?
I'm looking for a reliable method of communications in this place that has very little connectivity for our hyper advanced communications devices.
The wonderful thing
Radios.
about
Good old
a,
radios.
about a cloud-based development structure is that if there's nothing to support the cloud,
Then you're screwed.
Yeah.
Good news is microtransceivers work on a radio link, so we will still be able to hear each other through a microtransceiver.
And that
Okay,
is-
so when we need to call old boy for extraction and we can't because our comm links don't work.
Oh,
Uh,
shut up! That's totally not a thing that I'm smart.
completely forgot about.
Hey,
I-
dude, hate to say it, real world experience here, okay?
I
You
mean,
guys will know.
I need another
defer.
method.
I defer.
You guys will know that obviously Wazir is able to operate calls here because he talks to people in Germany. So, if you want to, he can get you like one of those big funky satellite phones or
Sat phone would do fine.
something like that. He can get you that. But I feel like this is a pretty good time to call it for the night and then just talk about some general Shadowrunny stuff to close out for our new folks. And if you guys come up with other things you want to task Wazir to run out and do while you guys rest, he will begin to go and do that. Like throughout the course of the week, if you want something for him to do, just let me know and we'll add it to the list.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Sounds fair.
So with that, we're gonna air quotes end that session, and we'll see where that picks up next week. First, I want to start with Val and Katie. Katie, you did awesome
Yay!
for having no idea what you were doing. Good job. Val, also, pleasure to have you. Do you two have any questions about why I did anything, the system necessarily in general, the situation you find yourselves in, just from like an out of character, like, hey, like this is our first time playing together. Let's grow a relationship here.
Go ahead, Val.
No, I have really nothing much to say except that it's a I like this party very much, and I like the fact that we are going straight out to another country and another a special setup, and it's great because we don't get that much we don't get much of that opportunities. Usually when you play Shadowrun, you're just going from Seattle to I don't know, New York,
Other parts of Seattle.
yeah, or you're running New York, or you're running London, or Berlin, but you're rarely going to these kind of places, so it's nice.
Story.
Yeah, I really like this. I mean, since I've been trying to get a party going for D&D, I figured I'd just try to incorporate what I know here. So if I had questions, I'd ask them. Like, I'm not really 100% on like the stats and everything here, but other than that, it was a blast.
Nah, when we get you into a proper character sheet instead of just the stat blocks in the
Be totally not legal. Charge and stat blocks.
yeah, because like let me just grab Grog's sheet because it happens to be the one I am, and I'll drop that link to you. Like if you click on that, it does all the math for you and has all of the skills linked with their attributes, so you don't have to like look here for the skill and look up there. You just look across the thing, and for the most part, it's fairly accurate. So that'll be a lot easier for you. I will try and get you and Joe together, and we'll work out some stuff to get you a proper you character sheet, and we'll just kind of retcon Katie into whoever that turns out to be.
Right? Yeah, sure thing.
All right. Also, if you, I'm gonna add you on Skype. If you add me online, well, if you need help to make a real like your own character sheet, I can help. I've done like tons of characters now. I really know how this works.
And then I guess it'll just kind of go around the horn and talk about the run situation. I'm going to start off with a couple of things. For one, when you're doing an out of home base kind of situation, there's a lot of things you need to take into account. For one, you're removing the character's contacts, more or less. Like you're not going to have access to the people you know. So when going out of your home area, you kind of have to give them a guy there. So you guys have Wazir. How competent is he? Who knows? We'll see. The other thing,
We'll
depending
see.
on the other thing
For
is,
me, I'm just seeing the guy Indiana Jones. You know, the what's his name? The bearded guy, the bearded Arabian guy, who's being super friendly. Can't remember.
I know you're
that
talking
might
about.
be a little bit of what I'm channeling. I'll have to go check that out. Um,
He's
I know
played
what
by
you're
John
talking
Rhys
about.
Davis.
Yeah,
I
it's
I know exactly what you're talking about.
John Rhys Davis.
Well, he was the Professor Arturo in that TV series.
Sliders.
Salah.
Sliders.
That's who it is.
Okay.
Salah,
Yeah.
it's Salah.
Now that I got him with the little red hat, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm sorry. I just when the one character I've been thinking of when you do keep doing that or talking about this guy is the bearded dude from The Mummy, who's the actual curator of the museum. Also played in Stargate as the chieftain.
I've never seen Stargate.
Oh, it's a good movie.
Drop a link in the Skype chat. So the other big thing you potentially take away from the runners is languages, because I bet none of you guys speak Arabic.
Hell to
I
the
was
no.
considering taking it though. I
Um,
should have.
you guys have time to spend around a bunch of people speaking Arabic, so you could spend the karma easily to pick up a rank in the skill
Language.
if you want. Just putting it out there. Because those are kind of like big deals that we don't really realize are big deals most of the time. Because it's like, oh yeah, no, I know people that I can call up my arms dealer and get some extra ammunition. Well, you can't really do that here. In this particular village, I'm not gonna lie. Tomorrow, there's gonna be like as the day begins to start, there will be like an open air market where you could go up the places and buy assault rifles. Like that's gonna happen because that's the kind of place this is. But not every place is like that. So like that's the kind of stuff where you're not 100% sure what kind of situation you're going into, so you don't know 100% what kind of stuff you want to buy, and it's just little tiny things that help to um, like I personally didn't think about the sat phone situation and how you guys were gonna really communicate, and then I kind of stated about the um, how bad the noise is here, and you're just like, all right, well, hold on, this is a problem. It's like, all right, well, Wazir can handle that for you because he obviously can receive phone calls.
I kind of thought that a high rating comlink would be like a satellite phone in its own right.
If you have a higher rating comlink like a 5, 6, or 7, you can get matrix access, but it's going to be kind of spotty.
Yeah, well, mine is 5, so yeah, why not?
Yeah, so you can get a bit of matrix access. Like if you're not in a building, you can go like, oh yeah, now I can Google. This is great. But yeah, no, let's just continue around the horn a little bit. Tilt, you got anything?
It was fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You feel better not sitting in the big chair tonight?
I gotta tell you, I really like not being in the chair. I don't have to be on all the time.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Oh yeah, also on the how to be a runner when you're going away in another country, in another setup like this. It's also, you have to keep in mind for each character like what your character needs to know about that place. If for instance, why I'm trying to research the magical people around, because well, my character is magically active, and it's quite important to always know, well, if you're a hacker, you have to get in touch with the hacking community where you're going and stuff. That's kind of important things to
Poor
remember.
Tara would have been screwed.
I mean, between his phobia of women and having to kidnap one, and the noise that's here, yeah, no, that's kind of why I'm sad that he has disappeared.
Is a technomancer?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, technomancer with noise.
Yeah. His skin would have just been crawling because it's like you don't have that ambient, just technology around you.
Rum.
No AR.
Yeah.
It's like somebody took the stars out of the sky.
Just to move it on a little bit because it is getting a little bit late. Grog, you got anything you want to talk about?
I had a lot of fun. There's a couple things that I personally just have to deal with in regards to this particular setting. But no, I mean it's a good thing. Once again, coming out of the comfort zone, losing. I foresaw losing all the contacts and losing all the information, and the phone situation that you're talking about. I'm kind of curious to see just what Wazir's talking about the gangs that are in this area. Well, what does he consider a gang? What is he having to deal with as a gang? We have
That is true.
these.
You guys have a couple of hours. You could wipe out a gang or two.
Yeah, well, we have also these. These. We have this street knowledge. Okay, it's not going to be any use to us here.
Right.
So I'm curious. I'm really curious as to, okay, how is this going to end up playing out for us?
Sure.
But I like it. I really like it.
If there are questions on that kind of stuff, just come up with them in like a Google Drive thing, and send them to me, and I will try to answer them so we don't have to role play out like huge conversations about all of the things.
Yeah, there's some things that I'll probably end up doing with that then. And send it to you.
Yeah. Ike, what you got, bro?
I like this. I like the change of scenery, going from kind of a big city stuff to a backwater town
Middle
in a
of fucking
foreign
nowhere.
country. Yeah, exactly. Like not only is it a different setting, size wise, it's we're in a completely foreign location. So that's interesting. I'm really looking forward to the run itself, getting into the location and how it's going to play out.
Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to get in there too. That's gonna be fun.
That's the best part in my opinion. Like the recon and gathering information is good, but going on site and doing the dirty work is what I look forward to the most.
Because like
The
so
wet
far,
work.
Yeah.
so
Oh
far
yeah,
all
that dirty work, getting massaged and going to the spa and relaxing bath and so on.
It's going to be
I mean,
dirty
it's
for
it's gonna be
somebody,
hell,
not
dude.
necessarily me.
it's gonna be hellish. You're gonna get pampered and then scented oils and so on. Oh, that's disgusting.
Tilt is making a huge sacrifice for you guys, doing all of that recon in the massage parlor. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Mm.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it's gonna be hell.
Just don't ask for the happy ending. You'll be fine.
right.
But I'm gonna have a
maybe
lot of
you asked
fun
for the
doing the
happy
spa.
ending.
But I mean, we're Germans. I mean, most of us are Germans, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because Germans that public baths and spas are very common things in Germany. And well, let's say that the Germans don't have that much of an issue with nudity. I mean, they're always naked there. It's normal. I mean,
It's a good thing
everybody's
Tilt
just
isn't
having
German.
his dicks hanging out. So
The
that's gonna, so that's
the
gonna
part
be
that I'm
funny.
kind of finding interesting about is because like you guys come from a big city, you're down in the middle of nowhere, and then you're gonna go to the more civilized resort. I'm making air quotes, but you can't see it. Because it's like a resort, health spa, hippie bullshit. So like,
I'm gonna be super naked.
it's one of those things like you go from civilization to nowhere, and then back to pseudo civilization, and you're probably going back to nowhere until you get at, like depending upon how the timing works out with you guys organizing your extraction. So I'm looking forward to see where that goes. And then yeah, unless
I'm
you
really
guys have
upset that Tara isn't here.
yeah, it kind of sucks that he just kind of poofed.
I think that he'd get confused as to what to do.
And that's kind of one of the things I was looking forward to. Like it works out that this run comes like the majority of this run came along like the technological side of things is like kind of shitty because it's middle of nowhere, but it's just another one of those things where like you don't need to have a technomancer or a decker on your team to be a functioning Shadowrun team. Like you guys don't really need that. At least not in this exact situation.
Not in this particular situation.
Sure, they sure help in other situations, but they're not like. Because every once in a while,
Oh my
it's
God.
like, oh yeah, my group said I need to play a mage because we have no astral support. It's like, no, you don't. Just stop. You just need to be creative. Change your modus operandi a little bit.
Cool deal.
So, but if there's nothing else you guys wanna chit chat about, I will see you same time next week.
Yes, indeed, sir.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Yes.
Have a
Good
good night,
night.
guys.
Have a good night.